In this brief video, we're going to introduce you to a new feature content within Unity Access 7 called Scenes. As you may recall, in ACM 6 versions, we have maps that are supported within those versions. The maps can be used as things like security dashboards or two-dimensional floor plans that you would see in traditional floor plan maps. But within ACM 6, you would navigate to the map edit view, add your map, edit your map, and then navigate to the monitoring section where you would view your map that you just created and use it for day-to-day purposes. In Unity Access 7, we no longer have maps, we now call them scenes. And some of the key dynamic features that were added to scenes was the ability to not have to navigate to two different places within the product to both edit, add, and view your scenes. There's also some dynamic icon changes based on the state of the object. And the icons have been updated as well. So when you look at the examples down below, you can see the new icons for doors, panels, subpanels, and also what the shapes will mean when they change state. What does that mean the state of the object would be in at that time? And then lastly, one neat feature that got added was double click to zoom or go full screen with the scene. With that said, let's dive in and take a look. After you log into Unity Access 7, you're going to want to navigate to the monitoring section and then navigate to scenes. So that's represented by this new icon up here. So if I click on that icon and then navigate down to scenes, this will take you to the scenes section. And as you noticed, and as I noted in the intro, this is all managed in one spot. So you can add new scenes. If you hover over them, you can edit them, delete them, modify them within the scene section without having to navigate to a different portion of the user interface. So let's take a look at this demo test scene that we've created to give you kind of a quick look and feel for how the icons look in their normal state, what they look like in different changes of state and so forth. So the first thing I'm going to kind of note is down here at the bottom, this door right here is in a normal state. And we know this because you can click on it and it will tell you this door is in a normal state. As you can see here, it has no alarms associated to it, and it's currently closed. And it's also in card only mode. And from here, you can do simple things like you can send a grant command to it. You can unlock it. If you want to change the doors mode, you can come down here and do those things just like you could in ACM 6. But I'll show you what it looks like when a person goes through the door normally without creating an alarm event. So I'm going to execute this little quick global action I created, and we'll see the door open. And after a few seconds, the door will go ahead and close, just like a normal person presenting a card or a badge to a door. And so the icon will change state. So if you happen to be looking at a group of doors on a scene and people are actively using them, that's what a normal door opening up and closing would look like. So this global action that I created is going to force this door. It's going to go into a door force state. So I'm going to execute that so you can see what that looks like. And so now you can start to get a look and feel for how the icons dynamically change state, right? So this tells me that this alarm was in a forced event just a second ago. Because I left the door open long enough, it now is also held open. But if you're not sure what the state of the door really is, you can just simply come down here and click on it and it'll tell you. I'm in a held state as well as a forced state. I have two alarms pending. And so let's see what it looks like when it goes back to a normal state. So I'll execute this back to eliminate that. Now, it has 4 pending events associated to it, but the door icon has gone back to its normal state. The 4 events that are associated to it are in relation to the door forced, door held, and then it's returned to normal state. So that's kind of a good look at what a door forced and door held looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and execute this lockdown in the upper portion so you can see what happens when a door gets changed in a manual override. So also looking at this door down here, you can see that this door is currently in a unlocked state. That's its normal Monday through Friday status, it stays unlocked from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So let's take a look at what happens when we execute our lockdown. Now we can see that the doors have changed to a different icon state, right? And if you're, again, unsure of what that icon shape means and what does that mean to you, it means there's been a manual command priority mode override of the status of that door. And you can see this door that was normally unlocked has changed as well and is no longer unlocked. So if we execute this back and put it back into a normal state, that door goes back to an unlocked state. And then at the same time, the other doors also change their icons and go back to the normal state. So to kind of give you an idea of what does it look like when a sub panel maybe goes offline. So I'm going to execute this global action as well, and you'll see what that looks like when it's in communication failure. So if you're monitoring on a scene, your panels or your sub panels, you'll get a chance to see what those look like when they're in a communications failure state. So I'll go ahead and execute that back. We can see it go back to normal, but it does have some pending events, so that those are showing up as well. Then lastly, I want to kind of walk you through what does it look like when an input point goes active or an output point is activated. So I'm going to just turn this output point on, and you'll see they both change state because I have that output tied to the input. So the input went to an active state, and the output is also in an active or on state. So if I turn it off, we'll see the icons go back to normal, and it's back to its normal state. So that's a real quick introduction into the new scenes, the new icons, some of the dynamic changes that you could see based on the object's change of state. I hope you found this video informative and useful, and thanks for watching.